Oh, oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to clean up. Well, I didn't. Hey, right. This is the very first day of testing, and I have to do a lot more design on my test. Um, the Where to probe, where to put the meter. I have two systems built now. Um, they have the same motor, the same fan, just a little different characteristics on the plastic. Um, I built a test of the screen with the coal on it. This is imitation coal. I didn't put a whole lot on it. I didn't want to waste it, but it's going to stick and it'll work, and it'll just take a lot of coal to cover that up, but that'll be okay. At any rate, there's the system down inside, and like we talked about the other day, it pulls air in here right off of that chip, and it pushes it down to the bottom. And I was running the motor at 3 volts, 4 volts, 5 volts, 7 volts to see what differences it would make. And I was actually, here I'm just resting the probe, temperature probe, on the top of a PC board. Earlier, I was actually sitting inside a heatsink, which is probably the hottest part of the PC board, because this is where heat gets dissipated. And those heat sinks were getting to 120 degrees centigrade. And I mean, that's pretty hot, and I was a little nervous. So I would turn on the fan, and I was at one point I got it down to 120 from 140, and then another point it was at one. Um, where was I? I can't find my notes now. I can't read them. Went from 100 to looks like 65, but which was encouraging, but it wasn't consistent. I had a lot of things here that were like kludgy. I didn't have this fitted perfectly snug. I was using the opening for a probe, and that wasn't right. The lid wasn't tight because the wiring was hanging out, and I don't have the coal on, and so that's not right. So there's a lot of variables here that were, and forward and reverse were different, and measuring on a chip was a little mistake because only 2 chips get used at a time. You change directions and that chip cools down, the next one gets hot. So what are you going to do, right? So I'm going to get a second probe. My meter is dead. I think I got a battery problem. I'll take it, fix that. But I'm going to try to get 2 probes tomorrow, and set this up a little more scientifically and cleaner so you guys can see and appreciate what's going on. That's the 310, which is a good engine, nice and smooth. It's smoking like crazy. Everything's doing great. Engine's running. Soundboard cable came off, so I got to put that back down. I've been pulling on that a little bit, and I must have tugged it. But I have to say, the units, they fit, they are built well, they look like they'll work. I test them on the bench with a battery, and they flow well and all that. And I had some cracks. I filled that in. Here I had some cracks. I filled that in. Trying to get a perfect seal on this thing. And I don't think I'm there yet with the overall pieces. Either the fan or the shrouding, I'm not sure. I'm just not comfortable. I think maybe my pickup needs to be bigger or broader, or cover more area. Maybe aim it up higher so it pulls off the top. I don't know. Hot air rises, right? I don't know. So I'm going to do some twiddling and see if I can't come up with some improvements here and there. And I'll let you know how it goes and what it looks like. But the thing is, it fits. You can see the cavity down there, and that's the outlet right there. So it's blowing the hot air down, and it's pulling some air out. I'm just not comfortable with how well it's pulling. The blade makes a lot of difference. I had a really bad blade, and it was like just spinning. It wasn't really doing much. These 2 blades here are pretty good. May have different blades. May want to test that. I may have to increase the size of the blade, the length, maybe. Help me out. But in any case, we're in test, and this is where we're going to figure it out. It's either going to work or not, and I'm going to dial it in, or I won't be able to. And that's just, it'll be what it is. You'll see it when I'm doing it, I'll show you exactly, hopefully I find the combination and this helps. I really would like to cool this thing down while it's running, especially with this new tender. I hate to see him coming into the roundhouse with it all melted over the controller. That would be bad. Okay. All right. I'll give you some updates tomorrow, I'm sure, along with the football game. Lions, 49ers, right? Ravens, and whoever the Ravens are playing, I forgot already. Oh, help me. Chiefs. Yeah, Kansas City, of course. No favorites, really. I think they're all good teams, so it'll be good football. That's the best part. Okay, later. Good night.